You're paying for 300 megabits. The sticker on the box, the number on the bill, the speed the salesperson promised you. So, why is your video still buffering in the one room where you actually watch it? Here's the part nobody tells you: that number was never measured where you're standing. And the moment you find out where it is measured, you'll stop blaming your internet company and start fixing the thing that's actually slow. Because here's the weird truth: for most people, the internet plan is fine. The fiber, the cable, the line running into your house, it's usually doing its job. The speed doesn't die on the way to your home. It dies in the last few meters, in the air, between your router and your phone. That tiny gap is where your money quietly disappears, and it's the one part you've almost certainly never tested. So let's follow the signal step by step and find exactly where it gets stuck. Because the fix at the end usually costs you nothing, and it's almost never pay for a bigger plan. Picture your internet plan as a fire hose, a massive, powerful jet of water arriving at your wall. That's your 300 megabits, and honestly, it's plenty. But the water doesn't magically appear inside your phone. Something has to take that fire hose and hand the water out to every device in the house: your phone, your TV, your laptop, that smart speaker nobody uses. That something is your router. And here's the mistake everyone makes: they think the router is a pipe. It's not, it's a person. Meet PipeTopus, standing in the middle of your house, holding the fire hose, trying to shout the water across the room to everyone at once. And shouting, it turns out, is a lot harder than it looks. First problem: the room is loud. Your router talks over radio waves, and its oldest, most common channel, 2.4 gigahertz, is basically a crowded party where everyone is yelling at the same time. Your neighbor's router yelling, the microwave, when it's running, it screams right over the same frequency. Your Bluetooth headphones, the baby monitor, the smart doorbell, all crammed into one narrow band with only 3 lanes that don't overlap. So, Pipetopus isn't just talking, he's trying to be heard over a dozen other voices in the same room. Messages collide. He has to repeat himself, and every repeat is a little slice of your speed gone. But there's a way out of the crowded room, and it comes with a catch. That way out is a second frequency, 5 gigahertz, a wider, faster, emptier road, far less crowded, far more speed. So why doesn't everything just use it? Because radio waves and walls don't get along, and 5 gigahertz is terrible at walls. The higher the frequency, the harder it is to punch through concrete, brick, a mirror, even a fish tank, because water absorbs it beautifully. Your own body blocks a little of it. So 5 gigahertz gives you a blazing connection, right up until you walk into the next room where it falls off a cliff. 2.4 is the opposite: slow and crowded, but it reaches. That's the trade every device in your home is silently making all day long: fast but short, or slow but far. And if your phone picks wrong, clinging to the slow lane while sitting right next to the router, or holding the fast lane from 3 walls away, you get the worst of both. But even if you nail the frequency, there's a third problem hiding underneath all of it. And this is the one almost nobody knows about. Here's the thing about Wi Fi that breaks people's brains: it's not a phone call, it's a walkie talkie. On a phone call, both people can talk at once. On a walkie talkie, only one person talks at a time. Everyone else waits their turn and listens. Wi Fi works like the walkie talkie. Your router really handles about one conversation at a time, taking turns so fast you never notice, usually. Now, newer routers have clever tricks to serve a few devices at once, so this is loosening up. But for most homes, most of the time, it's still take a turn. And that leads to something genuinely unfair. Everyone on the walkie talkie gets roughly equal airtime, equal time holding the button, not equal speed, equal time. So picture one old slow device, an ancient laptop, a cheap gadget from years ago that can only talk in a slow, mumbling drawl. When it grabs the button, it holds it for ages just to get one sentence out. And while it mumbles, everyone else, your fast phone, your 4K TV, stands there, waiting, frozen. One slow talker doesn't just slow itself down, it drags the entire network down to its pace. That's not a myth, it's a real, documented flaw in how Wi Fi shares time. So that buffering, it might be coming from a device you forgot you even owned. So here's where you probably are right now. You've moved the router, you've rebooted it more times than you can count. Maybe you even called your internet company and let them talk you into a bigger, more expensive plan. And it's still slow. Because, and this is the part that stings, you've been trying to fix the fire hose when the problem was never the fire hose. It was PipeTopus shouting in a crowded room through walls, one turn at a time. A bigger plan just hands him a bigger fire hose. It does not make him a better shouter. So, how do you actually fix it? First, let me show you the one test that tells you for certain whether it's your Wi Fi or genuinely your internet. Because until you run it, you're only guessing. The test takes 2 minutes. Grab a network cable, an Ethernet cable, and plug your laptop straight into the router. No Wi Fi. Run a speed test, write down the number. Now, unplug, connect that same laptop to Wi Fi in the room where things are slow, and run the exact same test. Compare. If the cable hits the speed you pay for, but the Wi Fi doesn't, congratulations. And I mean that. Your internet is fine. The problem is 100% the air, and everything I'm about to say fixes it for free. But if the cable is also slow, slower than your plan promises, then this one's genuinely on your provider, your modem, your line, or a neighborhood that's overloaded at night. Time to call them, and this time you'll actually know what you're talking about. Now, assuming it's the Wi Fi, which for most of you it will be, here's how you fix PipeTopus's job. 1. Put him in the open, not in a cabinet, not on the floor, not crammed in a corner behind the TV. A router throws its signal outward in the shape of a donut. Central and high beats hidden and low every single time. 2. Split your two frequencies and use them on purpose. The things that sit still and stream, your TV, your console, go on 5 gigahertz, close range, full speed. Let the far away, low demand stuff live on 2.4. 3. Anything that never moves, skip the air entirely, run a cable. A wired TV or console frees up airtime for everyone still on the walkie talkie. 4. Hunt down the slow mumbler, that ancient device dragging everyone down, retire it, or give it its own lane. And 5. If your house is big or your router is genuinely old, a few Wi Fi generations back, that's the one time hardware actually helps. A modern router or a mesh system that drops a second shouter in the far room will do more than any plan upgrade ever could. So the next time your video freezes at the worst possible second, don't reach for your wallet. Don't call to upgrade. Look at the air between you and that little box because the speed you're paying for is already arriving at your house, every last megabit of it. It's just getting lost on the final invisible few meters to your hands. And now you know exactly where to find it.